Already making waves, Netflix Squid Game's anticipated second season has shaken things up by bringing famous K-pop idols into the cast, a bold move that has sparked heated discussions, especially as everyone feels differently about the new casting choices. Leading the buzz is T.O.P, Choi Sung-hyun, formerly of Big Bang, whose portrayal of Thanos, player 230, has made him one of the most talked-about cast members since the season's release. But he's not alone. In this video, we'll be diving into the performances of T.O.P, Yuri, and Yim Si-wan in Squid Game Season 2. Ready to get started? Let's go! T.O.P. Choi Sung-hyun as Thanos. Thanos is a character of pure chaos and unpredictability. Screen Rant described his character saying, "The character is full of energy, most of which is inspired by his rampant drug use. Thanos keeps a bunch of multicolored pills in his cross pendant, which inspires him to be the most carefree and non-serious contestant in the Squid Game. Despite his success as a rapper, player 230 lost a lot of his wealth by investing in a cryptocurrency called MG Coin, which is why he chose to participate in the deadly games. Standing out with his bright purple hair and flashy behavior, Thanos gives off a rebellious and carefree attitude, contrasting sharply with the grim desperation of all the other players. Thanos operates as both a threat and another victim of the games, as his erratic behavior, stemming from his past failures and seemingly unshakable bravado, introduces dangerous and erratic impulsiveness to the deadly competition, especially as he clashes with Myung-gi, the player who he blames for his life struggles. More on Myung-gi later. Despite the promise of the character, once the show came out, the critical reception of T.O.P.'s performance was mixed. While some praised his ability to channel his public persona into a layered character, others found his acting distracting and lacking the emotional depth seen in other actors and characters. Collider wrote about Thanos, "Instead of the show exploring Thanos' character, he comes off as a caricature, whether delivering bizarre, rhyming raps at inopportune times or literally skipping and dancing his way through the deadly games, it's hard to regard him as anything more than a cartoon." Korean media, in particular, criticized his acting, calling it unbearable, and accusing it of undermining the series' impact. In response, Squid Game's director defended the actor, saying, "Despite the long hiatus, I have to say, as a director, he, T.O.P, performed very impressively, and I'm very satisfied with what he did with the character." A big problem that gave many viewers mixed feelings about T.O.P.'s casting in Squid Game Season 2 was his controversial past, in particular the rapper's 2017 drug scandal, which led to a 2-year probation sentence, public apologies in which he wrote to fans, "I'll regret this for tens of thousands of years," and a long hiatus from the entertainment industry, having not worked on an acting project since 2017. Squid Game director Hwang Dong-hyuk said about the casting of Thanos, "As you may know, the actor Seung-hyun, about 9 years ago, got involved in a marijuana scandal in Korea and wasn't able to do any projects for the past 9 years in Korea. I feel that it took him a lot of guts, in a way, to portray a character, especially someone who shares a lot of similarities that are quite negative to him as a person too. So I think it took him a lot of courage to take on that role. In South Korea's conservative cultural context, where celebrity controversies, especially drug scandals, often mean lasting or career-ending backlash and blacklisting, T.O.P.'s comeback sparked a heated debate over whether his talent and performance outweighed the blaring similarities between the character and the real-life actor that may have been distracting to those who know the context of T.O.P.'s career and life. What did you think about T.O.P. as Thanos? Yuri as Jun-he, but T.O.P. is not the only K-pop idol in the new Squid Game season. Yuri's role as player 222, Jun-he, was not only the first time that many fans had seen the idol in a serious acting role, but it also added a lot of emotional depth to the season. As a former member of the popular girl group IZ*ONE and a popular soloist, known for songs like Glassy and Love Shh, in Squid Game, Yuri shows off her amazing acting skills, giving us all one of the best performances in the whole show. Variety describes Yuri's character, Jun-he, as a strong-willed woman who participates in the game due to bad investments made at the advice of an influencer. It is soon revealed that Jun-he has entered the deadly competition while pregnant with the baby of her estranged lover and now fellow player in the games, Myung-gi. Jun-he's desperation and vulnerability mirror the troubles of many characters in Squid Game. However, her story in specific introduces a unique perspective, as Jun-he is not just fighting for herself, but also for her baby. The complex relationship between Jun-he and her ex-boyfriend also adds layers of tension and heartbreak, as Jun-he tries her best to distance herself from Myung-gi despite feeling herself being pulled towards him, further humanizing her predicament. About her character, Yuri told Teen Vogue, "I actually found a lot more similarities than differences. First of all, we are at a similar age, so I could relate to Jun-he a lot better. And the thing I said earlier, Jun-he may not make the smartest choices, but I feel like I would have done the same. I could understand why she was making such choices to an extent." Understanding her character in this way was one of the reasons why Yuri wowed critics with her mastery of the intense emotional landscape of Jun-he and her ability to make you really feel for Jun-he and everything she is being forced to go through. Yuri's incredible ability to convey raw emotion and her nuanced portrayal of Jun-he was a massive testament to her versatility as a new actress, cementing her place as a rising star in South Korea's entertainment industry. Yim Si-wan as Lee Myung-gi. Finally, we also have former idol Yim Si-wan, who brought his extensive acting experience to the cast. In Squid Game Season 2, Yim Si-wan played the role of Jun-he's ex-boyfriend and Thanos' enemy, player 333 Lee Myung-gi. As a former wealthy YouTuber who was ruined by a cryptocurrency scam, the same scam he'd been encouraging all of his followers to buy into, Lee Myung-gi embodies the desperation and downfall that drive players into the Squid Game and keep them trapped in the games. Netflix describes the character by writing, "Myung-gi is used to playing around with huge sums of cash. He's a cryptocurrency influencer whose decisions led to disaster for himself and his followers. Squid Game is his only way out of a dangerous financial hole." Yim Si-wan's performance captures the internal conflict of a man grappling with guilt, shame, and the drive to get back his former life, especially when he finds out that his ex-girlfriend is pregnant but wants nothing to do with him. Despite many complaining that Si-wan's character's potential was overshadowed by Season 2's disappointing pacing and narrative choices, Yim Si-wan's acting skills were only complimented by critics and fans, especially because, as the show continues, and we see more and more of Myung-gi's interactions with other players, especially Jun-he, and get a glimpse of the humanity behind his facade, which Yim Si-wan brings to the screen perfectly. If you're a big K-drama fan, you might recognize Yim Si-wan from dramas like Mi-sang or Run On, among countless other starring roles. But did you know that, like Yuri, Yim Si-wan debuted at first as a K-pop idol? That's correct. In 2010, Yim Si-wan started out as a member of the group ZEA, alongside fellow member-turned-massive actor Park Hyun-sik. By embodying Lee Myung-gi's vulnerabilities, hidden motives, and raw desperation, Yim Si-wan adds an interesting dimension of depth to the series' detailed exploration of human nature. His performance keeps you hooked from start to finish, balancing empathy and tension in a way few actors can. Overall, the inclusion of K-pop idols, actors like T.O.P, Yuri, and Yim Si-wan in the cast of Squid Game's second season has sparked conversations about their performances, backgrounds, and potential. While the idols' performances brought fresh perspectives to the story, they also faced significant scrutiny. Although Yuri and Yim Si-wan received positive reviews for their intricate roles, with Yuri specifically emerging from the new show as a rising actress with a lot of promise, T.O.P's portrayal of Thanos quickly polarized audiences, with some celebrating the meta-commentary of his character and others calling his role one of the failures of the new season. What do you think about these idols' performances in Squid Game Season 2? Did you like the second season, or were you also disappointed with the direction the show is taking? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.